We're under attack. Need help.
Hey everyone, it's Alex. I hope you had a good week and are excited for a new episode of Adventure Awaits. You know, I spent the last week wrapped up in blankets like a human burrito. I failed all my fortitude saves, and I got the flu. It was not fun, and just as I was getting over the worst of it, wouldn't you know, Des got it too. So, you may notice a few differences in the episode. We recorded over at Kevin's house, different sound quality, and Dez's voice is quite different. Just something to look forward to. As for the recap of last week's episode, the crew of the Good Intent was set upon by pirates, which they swiftly dealt with, using maximum teamwork, with Razel piloting the ship like a pro, Rats repairing systems and boosting weapon damage, and with the team-up of the century, Domash and Raquel firing away with all weapons. Our heroes were victorious. As the dust settled, the pirates invited us to go over and talk terms of their surrender. So let's find out how that goes right here on episode 48. Did you find your fact?
I did.
Oh. Can we hear the fact?
Yeah, sure. So this is again from Starfinder Facts on Twitter.
We're starting off the top with a fact.
Yep.
That's a new one.
Kizzer burglars have been known to disguise themselves as decorative houseplants in order to gain access to homes and businesses.
So Krios is having a... Or not Krios. Fuck!
Oh
EP has a bad side where he goes robs people's houses at night.
Yeah. The colors are all fucked up because he's got purple flowers all over his body.
They go, that plant I had didn't have purple flowers when I left. Like a bead of sweat.
What do you think, Des?
Des, your look a lot different.
Some of my favorite pastimes are dressing up like houseplants.
My, what a deep voice you have, Des.
It's my time of month. Fuck off.
Sounds like something she would say.
It does sound something like she would say.
No, she would say something about how women can't play
women can't play
RPGs.
RPGs, and she makes some super sexist comment.
So we got Des is sick, so
Space
we have
disease.
Our good friend Jordan filling in. He'll be playing Raquel. The part of Raquel will be played by Jordan.
Raquel.
That's what I said. Shut up.
Alright, so we're going to start this episode out with a little bit of a flashback. So as...
Whoa!
So as
A
the
snapshot?
door of the airlock opens up between the Good Intent and the pirate ship, you see the captain standing there grinning, and then the camera turns to Raquel and she's staring, and then the camera kind of moves around Raquel to Razel, and we see him just standing there, very stoic, very silent. The camera sort of rotates around the side of his head and to the back, and as it's doing this, the background of the ship begins to fade, and we find ourselves back in the back room of the Bang Bang. Rats just closing the door, Razel dragging in Jarkek. With a very violent shove, he lifts him off the ground and just throws him into this chair, the back of the chair nearly breaking apart. Razel walks over to a cabinet and grabs 2 glasses and a bottle of very fine alcohol way up on the top shelf. He walks back over and pours a drink for the both of them and sits down. Razel speaks.
So here's the deal. I am now absorbing the remainder of the Downside Kings into my company. I'm going to need you to contact any remaining members and tell them they now report to me. Please hand me your data pad.
Jarkek, barely in a state to do anything, Razel has to reach over and just rips the data pad out and begins to look through it.
What did the Yusuki want?
He wanted one of the gambling partners' debts erased, I guess. Razel continues looking through the data pad.
Okay. Do as he says. I don't want any business with any of your clients anyway. I'd recommend moving out of this club. The name sucks anyway. I actually have a job for you. How quickly can you gather your men?
Yeah, as soon as you need them. Just don't kill me.
Very well. I will message you a meeting location.
And he finishes the drink quickly. Looks at Jarkek. Jarkek hasn't even touched his. He picks his up and drinks it as well. Stands up and begins to walk away. We fast forward to later that night to some random alley in the Spike. Dark, dreary, the sound of dripping water. Razel is by himself. Shadows obscuring half of his body, standing next to this vehicle. And a large group of downside kings arrive.
Welcome. As I'm sure you are aware, all of you work for me now. Jarkek, come here.
Jarkek gingerly walks up, head hanging in shame, and goes to Razel, his hand on his shoulder, and says,
I'm curious, who do you consider your best man here?
Jarkek takes a moment, looks around at these people that only a few days ago he was looking to control and take over, and points out to a man standing at the back. Him.
All right.
When Razel, without warning, grabs Jarkek, throws him against the vehicle, and starts beating the hell out of him with a fury of punches, fist after fist, connecting with the man. He never has a moment to react. He drops to the ground. As the others look in horror, he opens the door, starts slamming the door on the head of Jarkek's body. He continues slamming his head until the head is removed completely, blood dripping from the car, pooling on the ground, the body drenched, blood on Razel's face.
Holy shit.
Then Razel looks back to the group, points to the human Jarkek pointed to, and says,
You are now leading this group. Your job is going to be security of Azir Towers in the best quarters. Specifically, you'll be guarding the very top room of the tower. I'll give you more details when you get there.
The man nods, almost shaking, but nods as convicted as he can. Razel looks back at Jarkek's body.
Get rid of the body. Clean the vehicle.
Another vehicle pulls up. Razel enters, closes the door, drives away. Camera kind of pulls back out of the window of the car as you see Razel's head going off in the distance. And then we're back aboard the ship.
God damn, dude.
It's intense.
I hope Domash never finds out about that. There's a conflict there.
What, are you going to drink some more?
His character.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I might start doing heroin.
Oh, God. Space
heroin.
So space cocaine's lit.
So,
SC.
That's a dark look into Razel. Into his butt.
And just think, Rats didn't like him from what he saw in, like, that room.
Yeah.
You know, like, what would have Rats thought if, you know, for some weird reason he was walking around the Spike at early hours or late hours of the night?
Maybe he was.
Maybe.
Dun, dun, dun!
Razel unzips the mask he's wearing. It's just Rats.
Rats is sitting in the back of a car, and all of a sudden the door opens, a head gets shoved in, and... What are you doing to my car, man?
Shut up! This is for my brother. I don't even know you, man. It's just Shaggy.
So, Raquel and Razel, you're staring here through the airlock at Captain Aquana. She's got that toothy smile. She seems full of confidence, and she's looking at you, and she says, "Welcome to the Rusty Rivets. I'm Captain Aquana. May I have your names, please?"
Razel Azir.
Ah, Razel. Pleasure.
I'm Raquel Tanith.
Raquel, yes, we spoke over the view screen. It's a pleasure. It's so much better to meet in person, is it not?
Agreed.
The Raquel's comm buzzes on, and you hear Rat's voice, and he says, Raquel, I still think this is a bad idea, but we'll give you any assistance we can from the good intent. Just keep your comms open.
Please do.
Well, please, let's not stand here in this cold airlock. Let's make way to the galley where we can enjoy some drinks and maybe talk about some sort of compensation.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Yep.
So you begin to walk out of the airlock and you head down and around the corner, and you're able to see as you walk through several hallways going off to the left, and straight in front of you you see an android busily working at what looks to be like the ship's engine core. And Captain Aquana turns and says, I would like you to meet our engineer. This is Q4. Q4, would you like to say hello? You hear this like grumble, and some tools drop to the ground, and he says, yes, hello. It's a really great opportunity to meet you. I want to thank you for the chance to really get into these ship systems and have to repair them again. Real pleasure.
Well, I'll get a better pilot.
Oh, quite clever. I think you will really appreciate his humor if he weren't in such a foul mood later. Foul mood. This is bullshit. Why do we have to entertain these people? No, Q4. And for the first time since you've seen her, you see her kind of like lose that smile, and she walks over to him and says something very quietly to him. And he just turns around and goes back to work.
Can I make a perception check on that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I don't think my perception is that good. Natural one.
I'll make a perception check
man.
on that.
Ooh.
That would be 28 in all.
Totally.
Wow. Okay, so with
Very
keen
perceptive.
ears, Raquel, you are listening and you hear her say, we lost. Shape up so we can get out of this situation. That's all I'm asking.
It's like when you get in trouble in the grocery store with your parents, and like they grab you. Listen,
When we get
shut
home.
the fuck up. Yeah, like when you get home, you're gonna get it.
Or if you're Ryan
Or
and
if you're
Kevin.
me and Kevin. That's a running joke that's been going on. Is I think you said it to me the first time, whatever. But it's like every time like we get an argument, when you get back home, you're gonna get it,
Oh boy.
And they do.
and we do.
So you make your way down the hallway, and eventually you come to a door. The door opens up. Captain Aquan is smiling, leading you in. And when you get inside, you see that you are in this large galley area. There's tables around the northeast corner and the southwest and the southeast corner. And in the center, there's a long communing table. And there are two other people in this room. There's a large Vesk, and there is a pretty beefy Lashunta. And Captain Aquana says, I would like to introduce you to my associates. They would have greeted you at the airlock, of course, but we don't want you to feel like we are being intimidating here. We want you to feel welcome. So please, allow me to introduce my gunner, Corina. It's a pleasure to meet you. And this is my pilot. His name is Zekanoia Spikesmaster. I just got one question. Here's the pilot.
That'll be me.
He walks over to you very slowly. And he's like within 5 feet of you, and he kind of like sizes you up.
And he does the same thing.
And they start
Pissing contest.
They start
Posturing
furiously,
is getting great.
and they start furiously making out.
Yeah.
That was some of the best piloting I've ever seen. I need that genetic code.
Well, I'm not surprised. Coming from a fellow Vesk, tell me, where did you learn to pilot like that?
What's the Vesk army called?
The Veskarium?
The Veskarium.
The Vesk army.
The Veskarium, yeah.
Where is it that you served?
I forgot the name of the war.
Swarm war, bro.
Swarm War. Yeah, the Swarm War.
Know your character.
I know my character, I just don't know what he did.
Your
Well-
character's backstory.
Well, that's quite interesting. I served as well, but I was stationed on Vesk 3 with those pesky skittermanders. Didn't get to see much action at all. Much ass.
I saw a lot of ass.
But it was all too tiny.
It was gross.
Yes, I've heard of the Skittermanders.
Yes, delightful little bunch, if you like. Furry little creatures, but I couldn't stand them always running around, trampling over my toes. First chance I got, came out here, became a pirate. And Okwana says, well, I see that we're all getting along. Now, tell me, what brings you to that diaspora? And she motions to Zekanoia, and he goes over and starts to bring drinks.
Didn't we already tell them?
Yeah, we told him when they first
Can
asked.
reiterate.
We're here searching for the cult of the Devourer.
Cults of the Devourer. Yes. Well, I think there are some cultists around here, but what their business is, I quite honestly don't know. We make our usual runs. We try to hit the top priority ships, the ones that yield the best gold, and quite frankly, that cult, they are only interested in death.
Is there something I can roll to see if she's telling the truth?
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Oh,
Yep.
Go for it.
It's using sense motive,
My
right?
sense motive is not great.
Oh, wow. I got
Your Des is rolling really good.
23 in all.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you both. Yeah, you feel like she really just she knows about them, but what they do, they keep to themselves and we keep to ourselves. So
Okay. Razel's gonna say, we just need to know their location. We have an idea of what they're doing.
well, I can certainly point you to a place where we believe they might be located. Though I don't spend much time there. They're crazy people. I would give them a wide berth if I were you, but they've got a hole on a nearby rock where they get together and do whatever it is that cultists do. And what do they call it? And Karina speaks up. She's like, they call it the Star Eater's Spine. Yes, the Star Eater's Spine. That's correct. I thought it was something much more stupid, but come to think of it, those bone ships were headed in that direction.
Oh, shit.
More starship combat.
The bone ships are the Eoxians.
They're like undead.
Undead space people.
They look really gross.
Yeah, they look like the aliens from
Mars Attack.
that one.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Anyway, the asteroid that you're looking for is one that we call K9204. I can easily give you the coordinates if you'd like.
Can I, type that in, hearing it through Raquel's comms?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could do, a life science check, or what?
Are you trying to locate where it is?
Yeah, I'm using the ship, the Good Intense computers to track it.
Wouldn't that just be computers?
Okay. Yeah, computers.
Computers check?
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Did you forget where the thing was?
27.
27, yeah. So you're able to pinpoint it pretty quickly. It's not that far compared to the week that you just spent getting here, maybe a few hours away.
Okay. Rats buzzes in over Raquel's comms and says, we're not that far away from it. We could probably get there ourselves.
Excellent. Well, Captain Aquana, I think, just as a friendly gesture, you should know that the cultists, they're up to no good, as most cultists would be, but this is a little bit above no good.
Well, we would certainly be amenable to having you pass your way and release us, and if you're going to take care of the cultists, well, that would be one less pest that the pirates here from Broken Rock would have to deal with, so...
Maybe try and push to see if we can keep other pirates from attacking us on our journey.
Yes, surely you have some kind of organization, a pirate's code. You must know others in this territory.
Well, I do. I am rather green to this whole piracy. I'm actually trying to make a name of myself. This place where we are is sort of the backwater region of our space, and so. But I can certainly see what I can do. When you're new, are they going to really listen to you? But I will vouch for you. That's for sure.
Sense motive on that. Nope.
I'll try to.
4.
Or
I believe every word she says.
18.
with an 18, you feel like, she's just, she's new,
Yeah.
and she's trying to make a name for herself. And you kind of sense, like, with that 18 also, that she really is just trying to be as friendly as possible because she wants to get out of here.
Yeah.
She tried to prove herself, she failed, she just wants to make a clean break, and so she's not going to bother you anymore.
Razel, did we get what we wanted? Is that pretty much what we needed?
I believe so.
Cool.
Let's get out of here.
Well, Captain Aquana, thank you very much for your hospitality. I think this parlay has gone wonderfully.
I would agree. I appreciate you allowing us to leave with our ship, and may you have much fortune in your journey.
Thank you. You as well.
And so they all stand up, and the other 2 crew members, they disappear through some other doors heading up to the north of the ship, and Aquana escorts you to the airlock and sees you off. The door shuts, and she's just got this really big grin on her face as it closes.
That's creepy.
And you are back aboard the Good Intent.
All right.
Well, Rats, you got all that, so I guess we're heading to an asteroid.
Yeah, Razel, I put the coordinates into the piloting station.
Thank you very much. And he goes over and sits down at the pilot seat.
So you engage the ship's engines, you take off, you leave the Rusty Rivet floating in space and head on through the asteroid field, and they're just slowly rotating. I mean, this is the field of the lost, and you almost feel just lost as you're going through here. Nothing really stands out. I mean, if you closed your eyes for a minute and didn't have a navigational computer, I mean, you would this would be your tomb. You would have no idea how to get out of here. So you are flying, and it takes you about 3 hours.
Ooh.
And eventually you come to the coordinates where K9204 is. Somebody give me a computer's check.
I don't have computers.
Just one person or everyone?
Everybody can.
No, I can't.
Is a 33 good?
Oh, shit.
34.
No, shit. I'm so terrible at computers. I start slapping myself around.
Rat starts pulling shit, shit stuff out of the ship. Like, whoa, Rats, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Pull my cat of 9 tails out and start flagellating myself.
Like, whoa, mate, what are you doing?
I suck. I'm worthless.
Just grab
I didn't get a 34 on my computer's check.
Mate, what does that mean? I don't know what a computer's check is.
Shut up, Doaz.
All right.
So you scan this asteroid, and some basic data comes up. You see that this thing is less than a mile in diameter.
No, wait, Chris.
Yeah.
I asked Jeeves to relay all this information to you.
I would be happy to relay that information to you, sir.
Jeeves is the AI in our ship.
So we always ask them stuff.
Though this is officially designated K924, the asteroid is less than a mile in diameter and is made up of treacherous rock, and there is a lot of ore infused into its terrain. There are many jagged cliffs covering the asteroid's surface. In fact, with that scan that you did, I can see that there's only one relatively open space of any size on the asteroid. You must also be aware that there is low gravity in a very thin atmosphere. So if you're going to head out, Captain, I would recommend the appropriate provisions and protections.
Thanks, Jeeves.
You got it.
That's funny.
Space.
Final frontier.
So, hey, Rats, how long has he been here?
Jeeves?
Yeah, because I don't remember hearing him,
Apparently, he's been here the whole time. I activated the subroutine on the way back to Absalom Station.
Huh. Interesting.
He's got a lot of stories.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are there any, like, interesting stories, or?
No.
Yeah, let me tell you about this time that him and Captain Nash went to a pulsar as we fade out.
So, you're settling over this thing, and if this is indeed where the Cult of the Devourer's base is, there's nothing on the surface that you can see. But you do see that there's just one place that's large enough for your ship to set down.
I'd do that.
So Razel confidently, with renewed sense, after their victory in their battle, takes the ship down, and you are able to pilot this thing. I mean, this is just a very small space, and you're able to set it down with ease.
So this is an open space for us to park, but we still have to find where these cultists are supposedly hiding?
Yeah, you're not able to set the ship down anywhere. This is the only place on the asteroid that you can actually set it down.
You gotta make sure you keep that little ticket in the dashboard so they don't tow your car.
I mean, unless you guys want to, like, space jump, which would be fun.
No, I don't want to do that.
Can we just blow up the whole
Yeah, can we just blow up the asteroid? That would solve all of our problems, right?
It would.
Chris is going, oh shit.
No.
I didn't think about that.
It's still a mile wide.
Let me see what hardness rules are for asteroids.
They have AC of 40.
Oh shit.
So you set down in this area, and as you're looking at the view screen, you see this desolate planetoid. It's just gray dust, gray rock, and there's just no sign of life. You look off to the west, and you see a large rock formation. But this thing is like razor thin compared to everything else. The walls are about 40 foot high, and it just divides everything in two. So there's like two paths before you, one that's more southbound, or one that's to the south, and one that's to the north, but they're both heading west. And you're just kind of looking and trying to figure out, like, you know, where should we go? I mean, we don't really have any orientation. This is plain. I don't know what anything is. I have no reference point.
Yeah.
Rocks everywhere.
Is this something that a survival check could help us determine some sort of markers to...
Or perception.
Yeah, you could do a survival or perception.
My
Perception 0.
My perception's one higher than my survival.
I'm not very wise.
A 27 on my perception.
Jesus fucking Christ. 11 on perception.
I see shit.
I got a 17 on perception.
17.
13. I actually, with studying this crystal, I got much more perceptive than I was originally.
Nice.
So I have a +5 in perception rather than 0.
Well, you're better than me.
So we had a 27 and a 17.
I had a 13.
13. Okay. So everybody, you can see, like, have you left the ship yet? Like, you're
No.
out?
No, I think we're like hovering above it, trying to find something to like.
Reference.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a landmark, asteroid
Okay.
mark.
So from hovering up above, like within the ship, you can't really pick out fine details yet. I mean, it's really, you really can't pick anything up.
I like to think Domonchi's using like the weapons cameras to try to like zoom in to try to find something.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking around, and to the east, there's just sheer rock walls. They go up like 40 feet in the sky. No discernible path. But to the east is where you see like there's actually pathways. So you would think that, or to the west. So this is where you think there would be something. It's just, you know, do you take the northern passage or the southern passage? And from being in your ship, like visually trying to look, you just can't really discern a whole lot of detail.
Alright. I guess it's going to be a flip of a coin.
I vote west.
Okay.
I don't think that's
we'll
how
go
coin
west.
flips work.
Just because...
Both, we have to go west regardless. It's just if there's two west passages.
Oh. I couldn't.
Yes, we're going
Just
west.
picking our poison at this point.
How high are you guys up, like when you're hovering?
I don't know.
High as a Georgia pine.
Raquel's coming at us with southern wisdom or southern quips.
Okay. I would say that while you can't see fine details, that you can see kind of that both of these passages will eventually converge together, but it's just like, what you're going to find in either one, you don't really know.
Okay.
Something's going to happen to us. One of the paths.
All right, so let's go ahead and land.
Yep, I land with a 24.
As the ship
blows
sets
up.
down into the surface of the asteroid, you feel like a soft shifting, but not much. But, this thing is just coated in dust, and so kind of like the lunar landings, it's just, you don't feel like you're on super solid ground.
Gotcha.
This isn't a cave.
It's made of cheese.
Get us out of here! Shit. Alright, gather around, everyone, Rex says. And as you do, I assume, because I'm the captain, Rex says, so, extreme survival tip. If you're going out into the...
Domash immediately facepalm because, man, I thought we were over this. The jungles was like a week ago.
If you're going out into the barren wasteland of a
Space.
zero atmosphere asteroid, it's always handy to have a little spell called Life Bubble. So I cast Life Bubble, coating us all in breathable, comfortable atmosphere
It's a pretty cool spell.
for the next several days.
Nice.
Days.
Yeah.
Shit.
What is it? How long does it last?
I think it's a day per level, so 5 days.
Wow.
I think we'll be fine for 5 days.
Duration, day per level.
Nice.
Next thing you know, we're here for 6 days.
There's a saving throw if you guys don't want it.
I'd be stupid.
I'd rather take the suppository.
Good news! It's a suppository.
Yeah. In the very next scene, they're all walking underwater.
They're all walking
so they
underwater.
must have.
Did everyone take their suppositories? Yes, stop asking.
I get into my armor.
I've been in. Oh, no, I assume. Domash gonna go back to his room, get all of his kit.
So Razel has Golem Forged Plating 3.
How's that look?
That's a good question.
Probably like plates.
Consists of close-fitting polycarbonate suit fitted with ports and sockets to fit most armor customization options.
Plug in a phone charger. Ah, good. I needed this.
Suits of Golem Forged plating include flexible boots and gloves, as well as standard helmet with a clear visor. It's like, I feel like it's like army certified kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because he was in the army.
It's his old army kit that he kept.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You can still see some blood stains from the swarm war on it.
It's got some swarm juice.
There's like blue,
like
crusted
blue.
on blood.
It's like,
How'd that get there?
I spilled blueberries on myself.
You spilled some jam.
The big thing is it's plus 10 and 12 to my ACs.
Jesus
It was a berry swarm.
Yeah, we went to the fields out and we had to fight the blueberry swarm. We lost so many men that day.
But damn, it was worth it.
So the jam was
We literally lost them. We could not find them. Too many blueberries.
One guy actually died. They went up, they got into his nostrils and his mouth, and he suffocated on blueberries.
How embarrassing.
First time we had encountered blueberries.
We didn't know what we were up against. He's having his own PTSD flashbacks.
Blueberry bloodbath.
It's like one of us comes out of the kitchen and like this shit like, these blueberries are really good, mate. And then he's like, blueberries.
Razel just runs to his room.
Starts doing space cocaine.
Yeah. All right.
Did we stall enough for you, Chris?
Oh, yeah. I'm
We're all
good.
getting
Okay.
We're all in our spacesuit safe.
As we are heading out, like after we leave the ship, I'm going to cast Keen Senses on myself.
Nice. I looked at that spell. It's dope.
Yeah, I took it because at next level I get my spell cache,
Yeah.
and I can cast a spell out of a limited list that affects me for 24 hours.
Oh. Oh,
So
that's
it-
a good one to choose.
Yeah.
You can cast the spell and it will last for 24 hours. Oh.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's just it basically always affects me. And then if like it gets dispelled for any reason, I can just concentrate for like a minute and have the spell come back on.
What was the spell again?
Keen senses. I gain a +2 insight bonus to perception checks, and I gain low light vision, but I have dark vision.
Yeah.
So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Still.
I guess it's kind of helpful because with low light vision, you can still see in color.
Yeah.
So I could still see details, but if there's some light.
It's pretty cool.
We leave the ship.
So the
Ah!
the hatch opens up and you walk down onto the surface, your feet kind of sinking into the dust an inch or two.
Ooh, it's all
And
sticky.
You know, Space Jam. Boom it.
Famous first words.
Domash just goes, yes, we have more.
Space Jam.
As you're walking, leaving the ship, you notice that there's like deep grooves and scorch marks all around this area. Kind of looks like this was just the main point where there was a lot of landings and departures from this site. As you look to the west, you see just this wide open expanse, and between them there's those high rocky cliffs, and your path is divided. Which way do you guys want to go?
So both of them are going west, but one of them is going to be more to the left. That's my suggestion. I don't
So
know.
the southern path.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go south.
Yeah. Why not?
I'll go west.
Yeah, Reyes just walks off by himself.
They're all west, you damn idiot.
He got caught up in the blueberries again.
Oh shit.
So I mentioned, or Jeeves mentioned, that this was a low gravity world. So some things to note about that. On a low gravity world where the gravity is no greater than a third of standard gravity, PCs can jump 3 times as high and as far and lift 3 times as much. But your movement speed, however, stays the same because moving in great bounds is awkward and difficult to control. Thrown weapons have their range categories tripled.
Oh.
And then there's some issues with the thin atmosphere, but I think the life bubble spell takes care of that.
Plus, the suit I have is. Like, I think everything on armor is like capable of going out in space anyway.
Like mine can last 168 hours.
Mine's 100, and
But we don't have to use the 168. Or
Correct.
whatever.
because we have life
Because we have
bubble,
life bubble.
so we don't have to use that.
So you guys take the southernmost path, and you're heading to the west, and just this barren wasteland devoid of life. You see, nestled between a sheer cliff and a small, narrow rock formation, the ground here slopes at odd angles. To the north is a small field pocketed with shards of metal. You see their sharp edges protruding from the ground and just catching the glint of the sunlight. And to the west, the steep incline leads upward to a cave-like structure.
Rats is looking around at like the barren wasteland that they're surrounded in, and he's like, you could just see his eyes are kind of darting back and forth, like he's wired looking for shit. Because like originally when they were in space, he was so oblivious to all these things, but now he's just kind of like,
Well,
I'm on top of shit.
Also, last time we were in space, we got attacked by fucking stupid dog things
Yeah,
that almost killed Krios when they bit his butt and he passed out.
yeah, that did happen.
Domash is kind of anxious because he can't hear like the music from the fusion,
Yeah,
so he's starting to like
it's like mad. The silence is maddening.
yeah, like he's gonna start like seeing and hearing stuff again. Because that's the whole one of the reasons why I got it, because it said it plays like a what's the word I'm thinking of, like
A relaxing,
like a relaxing
kind of tune.
soft tune to it. So I feel like he's kind of homing on that to ground himself. And now that he's in space, he can't hear it.
Yeah,
And he's just kind of like he's starting to breathe a little quicker.
So as you're moving further westward, you just see the light, and it kind of catches your eye as these shards just reflect the brilliance. Maybe it's blinding at some points, and you keep moving further to the west. Eventually, this system rounds out, and you see that the path kind of splits. To the southwest to the northeast, and then you see this small cave structure. I'll bring it up for you on the map here.
You said these shards are glittering and stuff?
Yeah.
Can I examine them?
Yeah.
Is there some type of check we can make on them?
Yeah,
I'm so glad I didn't bring
physical science.
I got that.
I don't got that. Yeah, no bueno.
I know some things about science.
I got a 19.
21?
19 and 21. So you both are able to identify this metal as cold iron.
Oh, cool.
Like, that's crazy.
Quick, we need to send that back to our other characters in our Pathfinder game.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit. I mean, you see it just strewn all over this field for what seems like 100 feet or so. And if you spend any amount of time there, you'd be able to gather up about 10 bulk worth.
Can't wait to sell it for 10% of its worth.
I mean, we could use it in some weapons and stuff too, right?
Melee.
Could infuse it into melee weapons.
Get some brass knuckles made out of cold iron and use them on your fists.
Yeah.
Razel, do you think that you could bring some of that back to the ship with us?
Yeah. Let's see, how much more can I carry?
I don't think we need 10 bulk worth of it.
I can carry 16 bulk before being overburdened.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
What's your strength?
18?
I'm not that strong. My strength's only 12. I'm okay. What's Rat's?
19.
He's a weak boy. 10 strength.
You're average.
Average boy.
Raquel, what's your...
14.
Oh, man, she's stronger than almost all of us.
Strong.
Rip.
Yeah.
She's just like pounding away those whey protein shakes and shit. She's like, come on, pussies, we gotta do good CrossFit. Like, Raquel, what are you talking about?
How far are we away from the ship?
Where'd you get that tire?
You're only
Where'd you get that rope from?
away.
Is that a sledgehammer?
Do you want to grab up all this shit and take it back to the ship?
Are you free running?
It's only 5 minutes away from the ship.
I don't know if we need all 10 bulk of it, but...
I mean, you could probably just make a pass. Should this all go to plan, we could just make a pass in the ship on the way back. If it's that valuable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah, if everything goes to plan, because
that's the
because as we've known our track record so far, everything's gone completely and utterly to plan.
How about we take like a bulk in case we don't come back this way?
All right.
But if we do, we
can
could
carry it.
Yeah, okay.
I imagine he walks over, like grabs the rock, like grabs it, and just pulls it out of the ground. He's like,
it's super easy
It's attached
because
to
it's
a
low
creature.
gravity.
Oh, shit.
Everybody that's gathering up the cold iron, give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
God, were you right?
I'm sorry.
Ooh,
That's a natural 20.
Go ahead.
24.
32.
God damn it.
11.
I see shit.
Rats is still worried about, like, he's looking at, like, the cliffs.
I imagine Rats is kind of thinking about what he can do with this cold iron.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just thinking about all the
He's gonna melt it all
gadgets you
down
can-
and make a trophy of himself with it.
Everybody else, while you're like digging around, I would say with your that nat 20, Razel's probably the closest to it.
That's a 20. I got a plus 0, so she would see it before me.
Oh, okay. So
I got a 24
Raquel,
too, so.
you're closest to this thing that's glinting. It's glinting a different color. This is like a red. Like you see a flash of red, and if you dig down a little bit, you see that this is an amulet, silver red stone embedded in the center.
What?
Oh.
And you pick this thing up and you're just looking at it and you're holding it, and it's haunting, but it's beautiful at the same time.
Is it attached to like a chain necklace, or is it just the amulet itself?
It's just the amulet itself.
Okay.
Do you have mysticism?
I do, a lot of it.
Roll me a mysticism check.
Oh, God, he's rolling
28.
rocks, dude.
No, those are dice.
Hey,
They're
Jazz,
dice made out of rocks. Fuck
Jordan's gonna
you.
roll from you for now.
Yeah, we're gonna have Jordan in for now on.
Yeah, so you instantly, like, as you're holding this up, picking it up, you know what it is, but it's still like this. It's beautiful but freaky because this is the unholy symbol of the cult of the Devourer.
Oh, snap.
And so you know at this moment, like, yeah, they were here. And maybe a little bit of fear. I don't know how Raquel really feels. I don't know if this is her first foray into the unknown. But, I mean, now all of a sudden, you know the enemy is here.
Is there, can I detect magic on this item? See if it has any properties?
Yeah, you can detect. So you detect magic on this thing, and it doesn't have any magical qualities.
Okay. It's just a fear piece. Hey, fellas, look what I found.
I think at that point, we at least me and Rats are just like, oh, fuck. Well,
Mysticism
Here's
check?
an image.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, shit. It's like a Sauron's eye.
yeah, like I think,
Yeah.
Is that symbol that was on their patch? The cultist patch?
yeah, I think,
Oh, so we recognize it.
I feel like maybe like you and I like look at each other like, well, the real deal, huh? Now
Yeah.
you're here.
We were definitely here.
Get on out of here. Well,
What happened to your Australian accent?
well, now, when I was back on Absalom Station, I had myself some sweet tea, and whoo, boy!
We took the south path now.
No, where am I sitting?
All right,
Yeah, let's
Be careful.
tread softly.
Oh, I mean, at least we're in space. No one can hear us walk.
keep your eyes peeled. And your
I realize I don't think my gun's gonna work in space.
Yes, they will.
Sound can't travel through space.
It's a
can it?
magical gun.
Fair enough.
magic.
Well, this is. Are you talking about here on the asteroid?
Yes.
It's a thin atmosphere, so.
Oh, that's
you'd be able
right.
to, yeah.
Cool. So we could still breathe without
I think it'd be like
life, but it's just we would take a bunch of penalties.
You would start. It would be much like when you're on Castroville with the heat checks. You would start taking.
Cold damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what it is. I can look it up. But
oh,
yeah.
if it's cold, I have
Life
resistance
bubble.
5 to cold.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
I like the it's such a drastic change from jungle to
Yeah.
Where we went to basically two polar opposites.
yeah.
I think with it, yeah, I think you also like become fatigued because you're not getting the oxygen that
Yeah.
you need.
It's like when you go to
Makes sense.
Denver
Yeah.
Exactly.
because it's a higher elevation. It's
Yeah.
Chris, come on.
I've never been. I'm just.
Neither have I.
Oh, okay.
I have people. I work.
We've never
with,
been together.
I work with people who are from there, and they always talk about like, yeah, it sucks.
You guys would just accept it. You could be together.
Well, he has a family that's in the way. I'm completely fine.
My family's in the way.
I keep telling you, Chris, leave your family. We'll go.
See you guys.
I'm gonna go live with this random guy I know from from Starfinder.
I got practice living with one random guy, so now I'm going to go live with some other random guy. So you guys, you're not heading back to the ship. You're only taking one bulk of this stuff.
Yes.
I have it in my pocket.
So you're moving further.
It's like bulging out of his pants pocket.
But I do have a backpack.
My prison pocket.
But it's in his pocket.
Clown pocket.
So
And we continue on down our path.
you're continuing on.
Down our
Actually,
path.
up your path. This is slowly.
Hey,
Up your path.
Don't talk about my path like that.
I thought your path was fair game.
Your path, fair game.
And if you were maybe on a standard gravity world, you would start to be maybe a little tired from this uphill climb this whole time. But thanks to the low gravity, you're able to walk, maybe even bound a little bit. And
Are we doing those little like space hops?
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
like
A
A
hop
bit of skipping my step.
yeah, you're just kind of drifting along, maybe.
space skirt drifting in the space wind.
And you come
I
to
don't know what
this.
she's wearing.
Wouldn't it be nice?
She's wearing a pantsuit.
Oh, that's right.
You
Well, I
look,
was.
You look good.
Now it's she's got an environmental protection suit, but it's in the shape of a travel suit.
It's
It's
like
the-
you
it's
have
the
business
attire.
attire that is
Oh,
it's
really?
armor,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
shit.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah.
Silly. That's fucking dumb.
It's kind of like did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Or 2, Guardians of the Galaxy
Yes.
2, where they've got that like bubble thing that comes up
Okay.
over
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Like you have like a spacesuit on like embedded in your suit.
Interesting. That's
It can
pretty fun.
stop this coldness of space and bullets.
But you also have like a layer of tolerable atmosphere surrounding that. So
Interesting.
you're double protected.
So you get to a part where this whole canyon kind of narrows, and then it opens up again and splits into what looks to be like 3 paths: to the southwest, to the northwest, and then this cave system is due north of you. It's not really a system, more like an enclosed like crater, but it's not down in the ground. It's like the walls were pushed up. So you're,
Something impacted it at some point.
possibly, yeah, because there's really not any like tectonics going on here. So you're looking across this vast like area, and keep in mind like these squares are 10 feet.
Oh, really?
Well, the red is actually the 5 feet, but the map was 10 feet, so I subdivide it. But I mean, this is a lot larger than it looks.
Nice.
And
Good job, Chris.
thank you, Google.
No, you're Chris.
Oh yes, no, I'm Jeeves.
You're Fat Mario.
I forget that voice already. So what do you guys want to do? You want to check out this cave system, or are you looking to which
Go
path
cave diving.
We'll go spelunking.
Cave diving?
Yeah, we'll go cave diving.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, we're already here. We might as well take
I feel
a
like
look.
if we don't do it, we'll have regrets the rest of our lives. Like, we
Exactly.
should have went cave diving
Yeah.
in space.
So you're approaching this what we keep calling cave system.
And a space
Yeah.
bear comes out and attacks us.
It's like my porridge.
My space barge.
And you see like these thin rock formations that slowly start to curve around and form this structure, and there's piles of silvery ash nestled like right inside of this this cutout here. And then to the left you can see like a passage kind of going up, and then to the right you can kind of see another passage going around.
Okay.
And these piles of ash, I mean they're pretty tall, like 4 or 5 feet.
And they're ash.
Silver ash.
Where to, Captain?
Is there any significance to the ash? Can I examine it?
Yeah, give me a physical science check.
I'll throw a physical science out there.
That's the downside to switching away from EP is
God damn it.
he knew everything. Razel does not. He's dumb.
Oh,
You got literally...
I got one more.
You got one more than I did.
12.
12,
11.
11.
Do the math.
Yeah, I mean you're looking at this stuff, and this looks like this has some like remnants of like the cold iron in it. Like maybe there's like some kind of mining thing going on here at one point, and this probably all got collected into this area, because even with a thin atmosphere there's still a little bit of wind, air current that's going to be able to push this, and this kind of like naturally collected here.
Okay. What do you think, Domash?
That Domash is like kind of looking around. He's like, not exactly what I studied to be around in. You know, our last adventure was more my suit, but I mean, either path could. I mean, you're the captain.
Well, each of these paths are going out around the cave system. Is that correct? Is that how you described it?
It looks like you have a smaller cave system and then a larger like wall around it, and that's where these 2 paths go. So if you took one of these, it looks like it would go behind this area that you've just investigated.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, we're standing right there. We can go on that path. That's to like the farther the top,
Yeah.
Right.
the right path. Yeah.
Yeah.
That Domash is gonna like look around. He's like, I mean, I'm up for right if that's okay with everybody else.
It's almost like left and right are bad directions
In space.
You could just say we're gonna go there. You know, good radio. We're
Yeah.
just gonna go there,
We'll go there and then pick that thing up.
and then we'll talk about this general idea. We'll talk about politics,
Yeah.
space politics. I'm not voting for that Razel Azia guy. He seems like a bad egg. He turns around and is like, oh shit. Oh, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I couldn't find the right
Eggs.
token, so that's actually a single skeleton. But you are.
Why are there 2 of them?
Oh, shit.
Wait. Oh fuck.
So as you come into here, you see that there's this whole area is covered with this ash, and it's 4 or 5 feet tall. You actually have to climb up onto this.
It's an Amakara.
And you see that there's 2 bodies. Give me a I think it's a life science check.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a knock for me.
16.
15.
21.
Okay, you guys, very easily you recognize these as Sarsacians.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're local to the
No, I have no idea what those are.
diaspora.
They're large creatures, and they can survive in space for not forever, but
A good amount of time.
they can breathe in space. And when they're in space, they grow these big celestial wings.
Whoa. Oh, are they a playable race or are they not?
They're in one of the alien archives.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
There's
they're
2
a
of them?
playable race. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, you just see these 2 bodies laying there, crossed from each other, and yeah, they're quite large. And you can see like a rifle just dug down into the ash, and other gear like that just kind of fell by the wayside.
See, does it look like they've been here long or?
With your life science check, yeah, I would say that they look like they might have been here a week, maybe 2. It's hard to tell because with this atmosphere being thin, probably not what you're used to on Castrovel. But yeah, they're laying there and they're quite clearly dead. And then to the north, you see like a single skeleton, just laying almost half buried in this ash.
So they're both the same thing, right?
Yeah, they're both Sarsacians.
Okay. Boy.
Scary.
That's a little unnerving, yeah.
I guess so the one that we're right next to, can we see if he's got any clues on him? Or loot?
There's a blue paw on his face.
Oh, shit.
So you're looking.
I think they are blue.
There's another blue paw on his face.
A darker blue paw on his face.
So you're
He's blue. La-ba-dee, la-ba-die.
He has a blue Corvette right over there.
Yeah, so you're going through these bodies, and as you kind of start moving their arms and their legs.
Hey, look at me!
I'm a dead body! I'm a real boy!
The low gravity, they're just flopping around.
I don't think we should be desecrating these corpses, mate.
Shut up, Domash, and keep flailing.
This have an eerily similar vibe to when Charles and Lucky, or when he was telling Lucky to put the bones back, and Lucky wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
As you're trying to go through and see, look for any clues, you see that these bodies have just been mauled on and chewed on, and
Chris, you're talking into your crotch.
oh,
Mauled on.
Yeah, but that's where I thought my mic was.
So you're looking at these bodies, and you can see, as you're digging through looking for clues, that they've been chewed on and eaten, parts nibbled off, and you don't really find any clues regarding why they were there, but you do find their gear just lying there. They were carrying some pretty advanced weaponry. You see a couple of swords there, and but why they were here? Were they hunting on a barren wasteland? Is it barren? Is there something here? What you can't really discern why they were here.
So there's a sword.
Yes.
I would like to inspect said sword.
Domash is
Okay.
going to actually walk to whatever that pile of stuff is over there.
To the
Skeleton.
Da 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 da.
So you're going over, Domash, and you're getting ready to kind of start digging into the ash here and inspect this skeleton. Everybody give me perception checks.
Well, as he's doing that, he's kind of sitting there, and he's he goes to look back, and he sees Creo standing next to him, and he just hears, "How peculiar," and then he just disappears.
Wait, Krios was there?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. What's the total on the natural 20?
You said perception?
Yep.
20 plus whatever else.
14, right?
34.
I feel like
I see shit.
Rat's keen senses spell has worn off while they were like climbing up over these hills of silver ash. So he doesn't realize that he's kind of lost his edge. I say that because I feel like I'm going to fail this check really bad. Oh, shit!
Wow.
Nice.
19 on the die, so a 24 total.
24 total. All right.
I got a 14. I like to think he was distracted by seeing Krios again. Like it just for that just brief second of like just hearing his voice, and he's just like
Yeah.
What did you say, Domashka?
14.
Okay, and Razel?
14.
I clicked the dice button twice, so a number came up and then disappeared again. So I thought, well, I guess I have to re-roll it. But I think it was a 20 the first time.
And you got 24?
24.
34.
And you got like a 30-something. Okay, so...
I like new dice.
Your dice rolls don't even matter.
You're too
auto-succeed. So, Domash, you're going up and inspecting these bones, and you're like just so intently focused on this. Raquel, you're kind of standing back from all this, taking in the whole scene, and Razel and Rats, just kind of looking around. I imagine your combat training takes over, and you're just surveying this scene, and you start to see the ash next to you and next to Domash start to sift a little bit.
Tremors.
Graboids?
You kind of like, for flavor, you kind of like lose your footing a little bit, but you don't stumble. And then out of the ash burst these like bat-like creatures.
Kevin
with these
Bacon.
Vicious teeth. Kevin Bacon bursts out of the ash.
Look at his nose!
And they like begin to shriek, and they start charging in your direction. And we'll see you next week.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Wanna fight?
Next week we'll fight.
Make sure to check out our website at adventureawaitspod.com. There you can find links to our Facebook and Twitter and keep up to date when we release new episodes. And a big thanks to Sirenscape for providing music and sound effects. Check them out at sirenscape.com, where you can revolutionize your tabletop gaming experience.